Welcome, everyone. This special meeting of the Board of Trustees for North Idaho College is resuming March 6, 2023 at 7:53 p.m. from executive session earlier, and a quorum is present now. So we are, by fire code, I think we're over capacities. Oh, if you don't have a seat, looks like they got great control over that. We'll skip that part. Welcome, everyone, to this business meeting of the Board of Trustees. We're glad you're here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As board chair, I have a few comments I'd like to make at the start of this meeting. I hope to set the tone for this evening, as it's the responsibility of this board to set the tone for the college. So how we act here sets the tone for how others will act. Hopefully it's a good example tonight. On March 3rd, 2023, Judge Meyer issued a memorandum decision and order granting plaintiff's motion for preliminary injunction. The court order states defendant is ordered to immediately take plaintiff off administrative leave and to reinstate plaintiff as the active president of North Idaho College for the duration of this litigation. As chair, the instant I read the court order, I engaged NIC personnel to immediately respond. I greatly appreciate the NIC personnel who even left their dinner tables Friday night to comply with the special meeting notice requirements. I think it's valuable to appreciate those who work here, who go the extra mile. So this is just one example of an extraordinary workforce going the extra mile due to the board governance issues before us. I am fully aware this regular conflict and fighting is hard on the workforce, and luckily NIC has an outstanding, hardy team of people working here. So thank you for all those who, whether it's leaving dinner tables or giving up their Christmas breaks, like Dr. Kurtz and South did to respond with the accreditation report on January 3rd, no challenge seems too big. Whatever needs to be done by the workforce is getting done here. And it is time for us board members to do what needs to be done by the board. Many community members emailed in requesting a Zoom option are unaware of the extraordinary measures NIC personnel turned on a dime to comply with the chair's request mine for an immediate meeting. Having a Zoom option was always desired, but the court order was issued at 4:30 p.m. on a Friday, and the initial notice requirements did not provide time to initially add the Zoom option to the agenda. Board meetings consist of many people to make this happen. Thank you to all involved. And this meeting is a large production to occur with coordination and police departments, as February 10th is an example of when planning goes wrong. Initially, we aimed for Saturday, then Sunday, and then this meeting turned to Monday as acquiring a quorum is required. I personally apologize to the community for the multiple meeting notices and related confusion. So the court order said immediately, and we had to make that happen. So if you wish to share comments with the board, and this is a special meeting, so there are no public comments allowed, you're always free to send an email to the board at nic.edu, and all us trustees will receive your email. I'm gonna keep going if everyone will indulge me. I appreciate it. Teaching the next generation of students is vital to the success of the nation. And at North Idaho College, that decision is granted to elected officials who originate from the community. For me, it's a great honor actually to have the opportunity to serve my community. In long past board meeting, it was said to me by another now resigned trustee that I don't work for you, Greg, which demonstrates the tension at this time. And I hope my words and actions demonstrate my intent to serve every member of our community, no matter the circumstances. So right now, gut reactions or from the hip responses is not what NIC needs from its trustees. This board is now composed of individuals desiring to work together, which has not occurred for a long time. Yes, I'll admit there's some distrust amongst us. Yes, we even very much disagree on some issues. Welcome to politics. But everyone up here desires the best for students and desires to remain accredited. Dr. South must be recognized for the professional development of this board in the 6 weeks at the helm. So high-end responsibilities for a CEO is board development. And I'm not the only person recognizing Dr. South was very valuable. So thank you to everyone supporting the board development and beyond him as well. So I just feel I need to say this too, that my word saying fake news regarding accreditation at stake is because I had faith that all candidate trustees had an actual desire to work together as a team for the betterment of the college. Luckily, accreditation, as I understand it, does not require perfection, but a resolute desire supported by demonstrable evidence to live up to the requirements of our own policies. I think this board is demonstrating our resolute desire to work together. We've been consistently going into executive session and demonstrating that we're actually able to talk to each other, even though we may very much disagree at times. This is a community college, and we trustees at this table represent and speak on behalf of the community. I'm not alone at this table for a desire to serve, and that's why we are unpaid and we're here. We receive no pay and no benefits and actually use a lot of leave and costs associated with this position. Moving to the agenda now. Thank you for your indulgence. Discussion action addressing presidential leadership positions. So this agenda item is put on by me. I have a motion here. So may I please have a motion to immediately place on Dr. Gregory South onto paid leave, administrative leave, status in good standing and retaining his email. So if I may have that motion, would someone please say so moved? So moved. So moved. Thank you, Trustee Wagner. Looking for a call for a second. Second. I hear a second from Trustee Corkle. Thank you. So I'm going to just restate the motion and we'll move to discussion. The motion has been moved and seconded that the NIC's Board of Trustees immediately places Dr. Gregory South onto paid administrative leave status in good standing and retaining his email. So the floor is open for discussion. I think we've had plenty. I would just like to say something too. This is being done in accordance with Judge's ruling on Friday, March 3rd, 2023. On February 2023, the board had voted to have negotiations for settlement of a contract at the last board meeting. The majority of the board members don't necessarily agree with the court order, but the college will abide by the court's ruling. The interim team was moving the college in the correct direction to respond to accreditation, and every team member who stepped forward to assist this college on behalf of the community and the college, we thank you for coming to help. Dr. South said he would focus on 3 things, and he masterfully worked on those 3 things. And I would just like to say, people knew it would be challenging coming here, yet they still did come, and your bravery and willingness to help is appreciated. Each new face at NIC brings positive new ideas, and the cross-pollination of experiences and diverse viewpoints was a healthy addition to NIC. So without further discussion, if anyone else wants to say anything, all those in favor of placing Dr. South on paid administrative leave, say aye.
Chair McKenzie, may I speak, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. I don't really understand why we're putting him on paid administrative leave. I think we should actually terminate his contract. We have a president. We will as soon as we follow the court's order, and we don't need the services of Dr. South any longer.
Actually, Trustee Zimmerman, we did just kind of talk about this in executive session. So since it is a sensitive personnel record and
We talked
there's
about,
legal opinions and matters of
we
fact,
did
I'm
not
actually
talk
going to
about paid
move
administrative
to
leave.
the question. So,
We did not talk about paid administrative leave.
well, if you would like to go back into executive session and talk about this, we can. We have another executive session scheduled at the end of the night. If you
There
wanna
is no
jump
real
to it.
reason to go back.
So,
to
I'm gonna
executive
move-
session. We're
call the
talking about a
question.
contract.
You're welcome to try and overrule the chair.
Just
All
remember
right,
that.
let's call the votes.
NAACP is
Trustee
watching.
Zimmerman, would you like to lead us in the vote?
Lead you in a vote that I oppose?
Let's take a roll call vote. Would you like to vote or are you abstaining?
I think I'll abstain from this one.
Okay. Trustee Corkle.
No.
No. Trustee Banducci.
Aye.
Trustee Wagner.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So Dr. South is placed on paid administrative leave. Let's see, without, the motion passes with 3 in favor and 2 opposed. I'm sorry, you abstained, right?
I did abstain.
Forgive me. So 3 in favor, 1 abstain, and 1 opposed. That was Trustee Zimmerman opposing. Let the minutes reflect that. So moving to the, well, it's the same agenda action item, but I would just like to say that we are the board, and this is the community college, and we represent the community. The CEO's job is to make data-driven recommendations, but the decision is ultimately the Board of Trustees. These decisions are data-driven decisions that must be done impartially and unbiased. Yeah. Oh. The board finds itself in a situation where I just don't know.
Mr. Chair, if I might, the board has just vacated the presidential position in order to comply with the court's order. And so to comply with the court's order, it seems to me would be the next thing on the agenda.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm deciding if my words are beneficial to the community.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a motion?
If you give me 10 more seconds, I would love to recognize you. Well, I guess it's true. All right, I'll make a motion. Trustee Corkle, I think I'm anticipating your motion that may I please have a motion to immediately take off Dr. Nick Swain from administrative leave? And if you feel that same way, would you please say so moved?
I would make a motion to take Dr. Swain off of administrative leave and immediately place him back in the role of acting president of North Idaho College.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
A second.
A second, sir. The motion has been moved and second. If you'd repeat that for me, just so that the NIC Board of Trustees immediately take Dr. Nick Swain off
Administrative leave.
administrative leave and say the last part again for me.
restore him as the acting president of North Idaho College.
Restore him as acting president of North Idaho College. I think the minutes has that. The floor is open for discussion.
Active president.
Hearing no discussion, I'm going to call for the vote. Trustee Banducci, we'll start with you.
Aye.
Trustee Wagner,
Aye.
trustee Corporal,
Aye.
trustee Zimmerman.
Aye.
All right, the motion passes 4 in favor. Okay, is there a desire to go into executive session? I believe President Swain, would you like to have an executive session?
I don't know that I need an executive session. I'm with the motion that was made and passed. I'm fine with where we are. Happy to proceed with the getting back to work.
I'm hearing no other desires from trustees. Let's call this meeting adjourned.